Deuteronomy 21. 1. If someone is found dead in the land which the Lord your God is giving you to possess it, lying in the field, and it is not known who killed him. 2. Then your elders and your judges will go out and measure the distance to the cities that are around the dead person. 3. And in the city closest to the dead man, the elders of the same city shall take a heifer from the herd, which has not been worked or pulled with the yoke. 4. And the elders of that city will bring the heifer into a rough valley, which was never plowed or sown, and there, in that valley, they will slaughter the heifer. 5. Then the priests, the sons of Levi, will approach, for the Lord thy God hath chosen them to serve him, and to bless him in the name of the Lord, and by his word every claim and every injury shall be decided. 6. And all the elders of the same city, nearest to the dead man, shall wash their hands of the heifer slaughtered in the valley. 7. And they will protest, and say, Our hands did not shed this blood, and our eyes did not see it. 8. Show mercy to your people Israel, whom you, O Lord, have redeemed, and do not bring innocent blood among your people Israel. And that blood will be atoned for them. 9. Thus shalt thou put away innocent blood from among thee, for thou shalt do that which is right in the eyes of the Lord. 10. When you go out to battle against your enemies, and the Lord your God delivers them into your hand, and you take them captive. 11. If you see a beautiful woman among the prisoners and lust after her and take her as your wife. 12. Then you shall bring her into your house, and she shall shave her head and cut her nails. 13. And she shall put off the garment of her captivity, and shall sit in your house, and shall weep for her father and mother a whole month, and afterward thou shalt come unto her, and thou shalt be her husband, and she thy wife. 14. And will it be, if you are not content with her, you will let her go as she pleases, but you shall by no means sell her for money, nor treat her as a slave, for you have humbled her. 15. When a man has two wives, one he loves and the other he despises, and the beloved and the despised bear him children, and the firstborn son is by the despised. 16. Will he be able to give the birthright to the son of the beloved on the day he makes his sons inherit what he has, preferring him to the son of the despised, who is the firstborn? 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the despised as the firstborn, giving him a double portion of all that he has, because that is the beginning of his strength, the birthright is his. 18. When anyone is a stubborn and rebellious son, who does not obey the voice of his father and the voice of his mother, and, when they punish him, does not listen to them. 19. Then his father and mother shall take him, and bring him to the elders of their city, into the gate of his place. 20. And they will say to the elders of the city, This son of ours is rebellious and stubborn, he does not listen to our voice, he is a glutton and a drinker. 21. Then all the men of his city will stone him to death, and thou shalt put away the evil from the midst of thee, and all Israel shall hear and fear. 22. When someone also has sinned, worthy of the judgment of death, and he is killed, and you hang him on a tree. 23. His dead body shall not remain on the tree, but you shall certainly bury him the same day, because he who is hanged is cursed by God, so you shall not defile your land, which the Lord your God gives you as an inheritance. Deuteronomy 22. 1. If you see your brother's ox or sheep go astray, you shall not stray from them, thou shalt surely restore them to thy brother. 2. And if your brother is not near you, or you do not know him, then you shall bring them into your house, that they may remain with you until your brother seeks them, and you shall restore them to him. 3. So shalt thou do with his donkey, and so shalt thou do with his garments, so shall you also do with every lost thing, which is lost of your brother, and you find it, you will not be able to omit yourself. 4. If you see your brother's donkey or his ox fallen by the way, do not turn away from them, without fail you will help him to raise them. 5. A woman shall not wear men's clothing, nor shall a man wear women's clothing, for whoever does this is an abomination to the Lord your God. 6. When you find a bird's nest in a tree or on the ground along the way, with birds or eggs, and the mother laying on the birds or on the eggs, you shall not take the mother with the young. 7. Thou shalt let the mother go free, and the young thou shalt take for thyself, that it may go well with you and that you may prolong your days. 8. When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet on the roof, so that you will not make your house blood guilty if someone falls out of it. 9. You shall not sow your vineyard with different kinds of seed, lest the fruit of the seed which you sow, and the new growth of the vineyard, wither. 10. Thou shalt not plow with ox and donkey together. 11. Thou shalt not wear different things of wool and linen together. 12. Fringes you shall put on the four corners of your blanket with which to cover yourself. 13. When a man takes a wife and, after living with her, despises her. 14. And imputes scandalous things to her, and spread a bad report against her, saying, I took this woman, and approached her, but I did not find her a virgin. 15. Then the girl's father and her mother shall take the tokens of the girl's virginity, and shall take them to the elders of the city at the gate. 16. And the girl's father shall say to the elders, I gave my daughter to this man to wife, and he despises her. 17. And behold, he imputed scandalous things to him, saying, I did not find your daughter a virgin, but here are the signs of my daughter's virginity. And they will spread out the garment before the city elders. 18. Then the elders of the same city will take that man and punish him. 19. And they shall fine him 100 shekels of silver, and shall give them to the girl's father, because he made a bad name about a virgin of Israel. And she will be his wife, and all his days he will not be able to fire her. 20. But if this be true, that is, that virginity was not found in the girl. 21. Then they will take the girl to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city will stone her until she dies, for she has done madness in Israel, prostituting herself in her father's house. So shalt thou put away evil from among thee. 22. When a man is found lying with a woman who has a husband, then both of them shall die, the man who lay with the woman, and the woman. So shalt thou put away the evil of Israel. 23. When there is a virgin girl engaged, and a man finds her in the city, and lies with her. 24. Then you shall bring them both to the gate of that city, and you shall stone them to death, the girl, because she did not cry out in the city, and the man, because he humiliated his neighbor's wife. So shalt thou put away evil from among thee. 25. And if any man in the field finds a betrothed girl, and the man compels her, and lies with her, then only the man who lies with her shall die. 26. But to the girl you will do nothing. The girl is not guilty of death, for like a man who rises up against his neighbor and kills him, so is this case. 27. For he found her in the field, the betrothed girl screamed, and there was no one to rescue her. 28. When a man finds a virgin girl, who is not betrothed, and takes her, and lies with her, and they are caught. 29. Then the man who slept with her shall give the girl's father 50 shekels of silver, and because he humbled her, she shall be his wife, he will not be able to send her away all her days. 30. No man shall take his father's wife, nor uncover his father's nakedness. Deuteronomy 23. 1. Whoever has his testicles crushed or his male member cut off, shall not enter the congregation of the Lord. 2. No bastard shall enter the congregation of the Lord, not even the 10th generation of him shall enter into the congregation of the Lord. 3. No Ammonite or Moabite shall enter the congregation of the Lord, not even the 10th generation of him shall enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. 4. Because they did not go out with bread and water to meet you on the way when you came out of Egypt, and because they hired Balaam the son of Beor of Pethor of Mesopotamia against you to curse you. 5. But the Lord your God would not listen to Balaam, before the Lord your God changed the curse into blessing, because the Lord your God loved you. 6. Thou shalt not seek them peace or good all thy days forever. 7. Thou shalt not abhor the Edomite, for he is thy brother, nor shall you abhor the Egyptian, for you are a foreigner in his land. 8. The children born to them in the 3rd generation, each one of them will enter the congregation of the Lord. 9. When the army goes out against your enemies, then you will keep yourself from every evil thing. 10. When there is one among you who, by some accident of the night, is not clean, he shall go outside the camp, he will not come into their midst. 11. But will it be, when the evening declines, he will wash himself in water, and when the sun goes down, he will enter the midst of the camp. 12. You will also have a place outside the camp, where you will go out. 13. And among your weapons you will have a shovel, and it shall come to pass, when thou art seated outside, then thou shalt dig with it, and, turning, thou shalt cover what thou hast defecated. 14. For the Lord your God walks in the midst of your camp, to deliver you, and to deliver your enemies to you, therefore thy camp shall be holy, lest he see an evil thing in thee, and depart from thee. 15. You shall not hand over to your master the servant who, having fled from him, will flee to you. 16. He will stay with you, in the midst of you, in the place he chooses in one of your gates, where he pleases, thou shalt not oppress him. 17. There shall be no harlot among the daughters of Israel, neither shall there be a sodomite among the children of Israel. 18. You shall not bring the wages of a harlot or the price of a sodomite into the house of the Lord your God for any vow, for both are equally an abomination to the Lord your God. 19. You shall not lend to your brother at interest, neither money nor food nor anything that is lent at interest. 20. To a stranger thou shalt lend with interest, but to thy brother thou shalt not lend with interest, that the Lord your God may bless you in all that you put your hand to in the land you are about to possess. 21. When you make a vow to the Lord your God, do not delay in fulfilling it, for the Lord your God will surely require it of you, and sin will be in you. 22. However, abstaining from voting, there will be no sin in you. 23. What has gone out of your lips you shall keep and do, just as you vowed to the Lord your God, declaring it with your mouth. 24. When you go into your neighbor's vineyard, you shall eat the grapes as you desire until you are satisfied, but you shall not put them in your basket. 25. When you enter your neighbor's harvest, with your hand you will pluck the ears, but you shall not put your sickle into your neighbor's field. Deuteronomy 24. 1. When a man takes a woman and marries her, then, if he finds no favor in her eyes because he finds something indecent in her, shall he write her a letter of repudiation, and give it into her hand, and send her away from your home. 2. So if she leaves her house and goes and marries another man. 3. And he also despises her, and writes her a letter of repudiation, and gives it to her, and dismisses her from her house, or if this last man, who took her for his wife, comes to die. 4. Then her first husband, who sent her away, will not be able to take her back to be his wife after she has been defiled, for it is an abomination in the sight of the Lord, so you shall not cause the land to sin which the Lord your God gives you for an inheritance. 5. When a man is newly married, he shall not go out to war, nor shall any burden be imposed on him. For a whole year he will be free in his house to make the woman he has taken happy. 6. Both millstones, neither the upper nor the lower millstone, shall be taken as pledge, for thus one would pawn one's life. 7. When someone is found who has stolen one of his brothers, from the children of Israel, and takes him into slavery or sells him, that thief shall die, and you shall put away evil from among you. 8. Beware of the plague of leprosy, and be very careful to do according to all that the Levite priests teach you, as I have commanded them, be careful to do it. 9. Remember what the Lord your God did to Miriam on the way when you left Egypt. 10. When you lend something to your neighbor, you shall not enter his house to take back the pledge. 11. Outside you will stay, and the man to whom you lent will bring back the pledge to you. 12. But if he is a poor man, you shall not lie down with his pledge. 13. When the sun goes down, you will without fail restore the pledge, so that he may sleep in your clothes, and bless you, and this will be righteousness for you before the Lord your God. 14. Thou shalt not oppress the poor and needy laborer of thy brethren, or of thy strangers, who is in thy land and in thy gates. 15. On his day thou shalt pay him his daily rate, and the sun shall not go down on it, because he is poor, and his life depends on it, lest he cry against thee to the Lord, and it be in thee sin. 16. Parents will not die for their children, nor children for their parents, each one will die for his sin. 17. Thou shalt not pervert the law of the stranger and the orphan, nor take a widow's garment as a pledge. 18. But you shall remember that you were a servant in Egypt, and that the Lord your God delivered you from there, therefore I command you to do this. 19. When you reap your harvest in your field, and you forget a sheaf in the field, you shall not take it again, for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow it shall be, that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands. 20. When you shake your olive tree, you will not return to pluck the fruit from the branches, for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow it shall be. 21. When you gather your vineyard, you shall not return to glean it, for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow it shall be. 22. And thou shalt remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, therefore I command you to do this. Deuteronomy 25. 1. When there is a quarrel between some, and they come to court, that they may judge them, the righteous they will justify, and the unrighteous they will condemn. 2. And it shall come to pass, that if the unjust deserve scourges, the judge shall make him lie down, that he may be scourged before him, according to his guilt shall be the number of stripes. 3. 40 lashes will make him give, no more, lest, perhaps, if I give him more stripes than these, your brother will not be degraded in your eyes. 4. Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he is threshing. 5. When brothers live together, and one of them dies, and has no child, then the wife of the deceased shall not marry an outsider, her brother-in-law will be with her, and will take her as his wife, and will perform the duty of a brother-in-law to her. 6. And the firstborn she gives him will succeed his dead brother's name, so that her name will not be erased in Israel. 7. But if the man refuses to take his sister-in-law, she shall go up to the gate of the elders and say, My brother-in-law refuses to raise up a name for his brother in Israel, he doesn't want to do the duty of a brother-in-law to me. 8. Then the elders of his city shall call him, and they shall speak with him, and if he persists and says, I don't want to take it. 9. Then his sister-in-law shall come near to him in the presence of the elders, and shall remove the shoe from his foot, and shall spit in his face, and shall protest, and say, Thus shall it be done unto the man that will not build his brother's house. 10. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of the barefoot. 11. When two men fight against each other, and the wife of one reaches out to deliver her husband from the hand of him who hurt him, and she reaches out her hand and takes hold of her shame. 12. Then shalt thou cut off his hand, your eye will not spare her. 13. In your bag you will not have different weights, a large one and a small one. 14. In your house you shall not have two kinds of ephah, a large one and a small one. 15. Full and fair weight you will have, ephah whole and righteous thou shalt have, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. 16. For everyone who does this is an abomination to the Lord your God, everyone who does unrighteousness. 17. Remember what Amalek did to you on the way out of Egypt. 18. How he met you on the way, and smote at your rear all the weak ones that followed you, when you were weary, and did not fear God. 19. It shall come to pass, when the Lord your God has given you rest from all your enemies round about in the land which the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, to possess it, then you shall blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Do not forget. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and make a comment.